wonderfully mobile jugglers of world renown, the Flying Karamazov Brothers! Let me out of here! Meow! Let the cat out of the bag! Meow!
Oh, God! Why am I so nervous? I don't have any trouble concentrating on what they're doing.
That girl in the front row is kind of cute.
I wish I hadn't eaten all that curried fish before the show. Why do I always overeat?
Is she with that guy sitting next to her? Or he's not good enough for her.
I don't know why I do this. I just know I'm gonna mess up. Yipes! That was close. Why is it always me?
Why is it always him?
I don't think anybody noticed. Why am I always so worried about everything? My doctor said I have high blood pressure, low blood sugar, and I'm high on you know, those fats. All it takes is one good anxiety attack and I could be put under cardiac arrest.
I wish Smerdyakov would just relax. Fyodor always looks so calm and he never says a word. I wonder what he's thinking about.
Or maybe it's that I don't eat enough. There's that great Indian restaurant around the corner. Maybe I'll head on over there after the show.
I'm getting a little dizzy. I never used to feel this way when I was making aluminum doors for pet carriers. That wasn't a bad job, really. If I wanted a job in show business, I should have been a priest.
I think she likes me. Hey, this shirt hasn't been washed.
I remember this kung fu movie I saw on late-night TV. There's this one particular spot on your temple. Is it your temple or your forehead? Oh, God, I can't remember. Anyway, if you hit this particular spot just right, it's instant death. Wacko, you're gone. History. 86 Davy Jones locker, 6 feet under. Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God.
This moment in time will be frozen so that the theater can be used for other purposes. Thank you, the management.
Who are you, son of a blitz? Who the hell do you think you are?
Sorry, Father.
Oh, that's all right, son. That's a green light, son.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we're close enough. I'll just be getting out right here. Garbage truck! Oh, this hurts.
Heaven, hell, purgatory, hell, Cleveland, hell, purgatory, hell, heaven, hell, purgatory,
Cut the music of the spheres, boys.
Thanks. Jeez. Welcome to heaven, new recruits. The name's Peter. The title, Saint. But don't let that intimidate you. Now, I know you're all probably a little bit shaken up, and that's all right. It's good to be shaken up and loose for your orientation. And that's just what I'm here to talk to you about. Orientation. Specifically, the orientation of objects in space. Up here, we call that juggling. It's a full-time job around here, keeping the celestial spheres in their proper places. Now, for obvious reasons, we're not going to let beginners juggle a planet or a constellation, so we'll start with something a bit more familiar. Now, Back on Earth, you have a little problem. Gravity. As a celestial juggler, you'll learn to make gravity your friend by balancing it with its polar opposite force, levity. Definition. Juggling is keeping more objects in the air than you have hands with which to catch them. Grammar's important here in heaven. Now, just for argument's sake, let's pretend you're back down on Earth. You start juggling, and what's the first thing that happens? You're dropping. But that's okay. Juggling is dropping. But that's an advanced concept, and we'll get back to that later. How to counteract this earthly dilemma? Catch it, silly. Lesson's over. One thing, or in this case, one object at a time. Take a ball, any ball, preferably a flying Karamazov Brothers official juggling icosahedron, available in assorted colors, totally organic, and, in an emergency, edible. Loft the ball high into the air and catch it with your other hand. Now, quelle surprise, toss it once again back to the original hand. Please, give it an attempt. Keep it at a consistent height, usually eye level, with your elbows at your side and your hands about shoulder width apart, comme ça. Practice this until it feels natural, or until you can't stand it anymore. This is the basic building block of juggling. But, 2 hands, 1 object, you're not juggling. All right, recruits, you're ready for ball number 2. Put 1 ball in each hand. Now, toss one of those balls into the air in that nice arc you've been practicing. When that ball reaches its zenith, another word we like to throw around up here, toss the other ball toward the now empty hand, underneath the now descending first ball. It should look like this when executed properly. But for you beginners, it'll probably look like this. Keep the arc symmetrical, keep your elbows in at your sides, and your arms parallel to the floor, and wait for the first ball to hit the zenith point before throwing that second ball. Now, don't worry, just practice. A lot of dropping will occur. Some of you may find yourselves trying this technique of switching the ball from one hand to the other. This is called a shower. I'm not sure why. It is interesting in its own way, but somewhat limiting when it comes to interplanetary prestidigitation. This skill, which you have just learned, is known as the exchange. It is the magic element on which all juggling is based. But 2 hands, 2 balls, not juggling. Now, recruits, let's go for the real thing. Juggling. 3 balls, 2 hands, a single will. Put 2 balls in one hand, whichever you like, and the third ball, as you might imagine, in the other hand, like so. Toss the first ball from the hand with 2 balls into the air. And, just as if you were trying the exchange, throw the second ball into the air. As the second ball descends, throw the third ball heavenward, tee-hee, and presto magico, you're juggling. Don't worry about catching the second ball. Just get that third ball out of your hand. This pattern is known as the cascade. As the third ball descends, throw the first ball back into the air. As the first ball descends for the second time, toss the second ball the second time, and this keeps going on and on, alternating from one hand to the other until you drop. How like life, or for that matter, afterlife. Now, I see some of you are having problems. One way to get the feeling of juggling is to get a partner and try juggling one pattern with 2 people. St. Fyodor will assist me in this matter. Simply stand side by side with your inside hands at your side. Then, one of you will be the right hand and one will be the left. The hand with 2 balls starts. After you've done this for a while, you might like to switch hands. On second thought, switch places. Some of you may find yourselves, instead of juggling in a plane parallel to your body, throwing in a circular fashion away from yourself. Solution? Stand in front of a wall. If the balls get away from you, you'll only go so far, or you'll bruise your wings. Now, don't worry about dropping. As I said before, juggling is dropping. Without dropping, you wouldn't have juggling. It's all part of the same thing. Can't have one without the other. The important thing is to catch as often as possible and not to stop until a ball hits the ground. Correction. The most important thing is to have fun. And that, by the way, is the definition of heaven. Right. Well, I guess you all must be tired by now. Let us show you to your accommodations. Eddie, Father O'Groton, walk this way, please.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Well, I'll take this straight to the top, but I don't know what he'll say.
Ah, here we are. Welcome home. I think you'll find everything to your satisfaction. I hope you enjoy the view. Santa Barbara here has the keys to this place and to your brand new gold-plated Mercedes sedan. You can change the color if you like. Just a second, Father. This place is for Eddie.
Gee, thanks, Pete. Babs?
Don't thank me, thank him. Well, see you at the club. Right this way, Father O'Groton.
Ready.
Put that back.
Boy, if that heathen, that sacrilegious, irreverent lout is being put up in a place like that, I must be in for quite a treat. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Well, here we are, room 666. Here's your key, and your bus schedule, and a complimentary token, courtesy of the management. Sorry about the view. The bathroom's down the hall.
Excuse me, sir. You're saying me this.
Yes.
Well, it's just that, well, I work for you, and I couldn't help noticing that that taxi driver, that foul-mouthed cretin, got. Well, it's just not fair, sir.
It's really very simple, Father O'Grady.
O'Groton.
O'Groton.
O'Grady.
Here in heaven, we base everything on results. And, well, frankly, when you gave a sermon in church, your parishioners slept right through it. But when they got into Eddie's taxi cab, they prayed.
Huh.
You got the cat? Yeah. You got the clams? Let me out of here. Watch yourself.
Booga, booga, angels! Bored with heaven
Tired of all that hot music?
and all those good deeds.
Wanna put a little more fun back in your eternal life?
What the hell, right?
So you're not a juggle? Big deal!
What you need is a few tricks.
Yeah, just a few tricks. And for a small fee, we'll show you.
If you wish to view this program in its entirety, stay tuned to this channel, and the bill will be charged to your room.
All right, it's your nickel, so let's get cracking. All right, so here's the first trick that'll be fun to your friends. We call it over the top. And that's what you want to be, isn't it? Over the top? Better than all the rest?
Show him the trick, Vinny.
All right, all right. What a pushy guy. The way people treat you in this place, you'd think it was... Oh, yeah, it is. So, over the top. First, you start with juggling the basic cascade pattern. Well, of course you start with juggling. Otherwise...
Show him the trick, Vinny.
All right, all right. Sheesh. So, while you're juggling, you throw one of the balls over the top of the others. See? Like I'm demonstrating now. Get it? Demonstrating.
Shut up and show him the whole thing, Vinny.
Okay, okay. So, throw all three balls continuously over the top. It's like juggling upside down. In hell,
That's how we do it normally.
We don't do anything normally, Vinny.
All right, Hieronymus, Mr. Big Shot. You show him a trick. You so smart.
Certainly. What I'd like to show you is a delightful dollop of digital dexterity known as Sir Lebras.
Oh, is he that guy who wears shining armor with lingerie?
No, you don't. It's French for under the arm.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Now, while juggling, catch a ball and quickly reach out under the other arm and throw it back to the other hand, and then hurry back to catch the next ball that's coming down, like that. Now, try it under the other arm. All right, now try it continuously under one hand. There you go. Now you can use a similar technique to throw behind the back.
Yeah, or you can fake it behind the back.
You can use that same technique to throw under either leg, from either side. You guys are lucky. You don't have pails to get in the way of this one. Now, try under either arm, like that. One arm and then the other arm.
Yeah, or like this. Oh, no, like this. Yeah, it's so confusing. Yeah,
That's
like that.
not exactly what I had in mind.
Oh, and speaking of mine, and I know I am, here's one's gonna drive your friends out of theirs. You know, I once had a friend who...
You never had any friends, Vinny.
Oh, yeah. Well, this one's the old roll it off the top of your head trick. See? Like that. Yeah, roll it off the top of your head. and you can bounce it off your elbow or your knee. Like that. Whoa! Jeez! Or you can stuff it under your chin or in your pit or in your leg. Oh,
Vinny!
No.
We may be devils, but this is still a family show.
Yeah.
Now, try practicing throwing two balls in one hand. To start with, you throw them pretty high. It gives you time to think, then gradually bring them lower as you gain control. This is an outside circle, then there's inside circles, and side by side. Now remember, in and out circles are for losers. Now, once you've mastered this, you're ready for a trick that'll really keep 'em hopping. It's called the 1-2, and I'm not referring to a form of pugilistic activity.
Pugilistic? Hieronymus, are you accusing us of pugilism?
Death breath.
We've never stolen anybody's material. And we've written all this stuff ourselves anyway. No, not the nookies. Oh, no, not the nookies.
Thank you very much, Death Breath. Now, the 1-2. First, you throw two balls in one hand side by side, also known as juggling in columns. Then you take the toy ball in the other hand, and you throw it at the same time as one of the other balls, at the same height, just like that. Hence the 1-2.
Buckle my.
Thank you very much, Death Breath. And now, you're ready for theme and variations. Switch the oddball back and forth between the different hands, or try making it hurdle over one ball and over the other ball and back and forth over the outside, or underneath. We call this the wandering oddball. Nice to see you, Vinny. Now you're ready for a real crowd pleaser. Throw two balls side by side like you were before. Now take the toy ball in the other hand and move it up and down at the same time as one of the other balls. They're still being juggled in columns. Try it beside it or over the other ball whose motion it's mimicking. Nice. Now, my personal favorite variation, crossing two balls over the top.
Oh, reminds me of a rainbow. I hate it when that happens. You know, that's really my least favorite part of being in hell. Oh, speaking of the R word, there's always the three-ball shower.
Speaking of showers, you could use one, buddy.
Oh, yeah? Well, you too, pal.
Yeah, blow it out your tail, fella. Now, the three-ball shower is where you juggle throwing up all the time with one hand and across underneath all the time with the other. It's what most people try to do when they think of learning how to juggle, but...
Oh, look! Death Breath is juggling 4. You can do that by juggling 2 in either hand in desynchronized time. First one hand and then the other. Back and forth, you know. And you can also juggle 5. I'll tell you a secret about 5. It's the same as 3, only deeper.
Faster, Vinny.
Oh, yeah. It's the same as juggling 3, only deeper.
No, you idiot. You don't under...
We're sorry, but Juggling for Your Soul has been canceled. Please stay tuned for...
Perdone, padrino. I thought this was center stage.
animal to friends. And now, I'd like to introduce to you my assistant, Igor!
Hi, Master!
Leave me alone, Igor, or I have you fixed!
Oh, no, not again.
Yes, I, along with Igor, am about to launch your kitty high into the catmosphere! Igor, put the kitty into the cannon and get him loaded!
Yes, Master.
Kids, please do not attempt this with your cannon at home. Yes, I, along with Igor, am about to hurl the speckless feline high into the unknown at speeds that only a fool would dare to think of.
Think of that.
Yes. All right, shall we count down from 10 to 0, please? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the constellation Karamazov.
We're a 12-star group.
Though it's hard to keep track since things move so fast around here.
What he means is that even though we're juggling 12 stars, it looks like more, since no one of us has more than 2 in his hands at one time.
What?
There's no two of us alike.
No, silly, that's snowflakes.
Right.
Most stars spend all their time nowadays just playing with themselves.
Dmitri!
Well, it can get pretty lonely at the top, so what we Karamazovs like to do is invite a few friends over.
Friends don't have to be big stars. Any comet or meteorite, even bits of space garbage will do.
Speak for yourself.
Obviously, the next step in the handling of heavenly bodies is...
There you go again, Dmitri.
What he's trying to say is that the next step in the evolution of juggling is socialization.
I thought socialism was dead.
What we're all trying to say is that juggling is more fun together than alone.
Right. Right.
What did Fyodor say?
He said, that goes without saying.
Right. A good way to get ready for this endeavor is to do what most stars do all the time.
Call their agents?
Well, that too. But more than that, they stand in front of mirrors and gaze longingly at themselves. You can do the same, but with a difference. Do it while juggling. This can be beneficial when it comes to passing, so that you're used to seeing your partner through your pattern.
See your partner through your pattern? That's not passing, that's psychology.
Have your partner,
And if they're anything like us, they've probably already been had.
have your partner stand in front of you, facing you, about 3 to 5 feet away. Commence juggling. It's important that your passing be synchronized.
When your partner's throwing with his right hand, you should at the same instant be throwing with your right hand.
Good way to accomplish this is to start together.
A great technique is to begin with a deep inhalation as you raise your hands up. As you lower your hands, breathe out and throw in. Watch to be sure that your partner's in sync, in synchronization.
If you can't see through your pattern yet, call out when, for instance, your right hand is tossing by saying, right, right, right.
The big moment has come. Your first pass.
Ah, yes, I remember her well.
You are now ready to chant the ancient words.
Care to mumble?
No, that comes later. As your partner's throwing with his right hand, say,
Hup, hup, ho. And on ho, pass with your right hand straight across.
With a gentle arc.
to your partner's left hand, and viola! You've exchanged balls.
In passing, there are various patterns based on modes which you can now, with a little practice, perform.
The most common modes are passing every fourth toss, every third, every other, and of course non-stop, as opposed to direct, where you have to stop just once, but you don't have to change balls.
Here at the Constellation Karamazov, we have a discipline to practice the various modes of passing and at the same time exchange whole sets of balls.
It's called the 3-3-6. Start passing with hup, hup, ho, and make your next 2 passes on the 4th toss of your right hand. You now have your partner's balls. We call these passes slows.
After the last slow, or every fourth pass, toss once to yourself and then pass.
And
Repeat this toss and pass mode twice more, and you have your own set of balls back. And doesn't that make you feel better? We like to call these toss and pass mode passes pass and toss.
after your last pass and toss, toss 1 more to yourself, and then pass 6 times straight across. And you'll receive your partner's balls once more, and then get your own set back. We call these passes straights.
Every star's act has a big finish. After you've received your last pass, throw one more toss to yourself. Toss the next ball in your right hand straight up in the air over your head. Hand the ball you've just caught in your right hand straight across to your left hand. Catch the descending high toss, add presents, and flourish.
Gentlemen, the 3-3-6. Hup, hup, ho. And hup, hup, ho. And hup, hup, ho. And ho, and ho, and ho. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, self, finish, catch.
Ho!
And you don't have to just use balls. Do anything you like, or don't do anything at all. Who cares? Everybody mumble!
It's an endless, infinite form, mysterious as the universe itself.
And remember, it doesn't matter how you get there
If
you don't know where you're going. Hey, Smerdyakov.
Watch out for that black hole.
What black hole?
We are now defrosting a moment of time from earlier in the show. Please refer to your programs. Thank you, the management.
I caught it. I could do it. I don't know what I was so worried about. Oh, that.
Everybody thinks it's real convenient to drink their coffee in a styrofoam cup, but nobody wants to blow the ozone and burn everybody up. It's wonderful to have your very own car to do the shopping and go to work, but when the greenhouse effect floods the freeway, you're really gonna feel like a jerk. So many contradictions in our modern way of life. We balance comfort and survival on the edge of a knife. Seems the whole world gotta learn to juggle. In the time it takes to eat a burger from a fast food restaurant, 100 acres of tropical forest are cut. That's not what you want. 5 billion souls on the planet, in each a spark of hope. But each day we burn and pollute ourselves, so it's getting hard to cope. Everybody's on a tightrope, and so's everything of worth. Seems like we ought to keep it going, this sphere we call my Earth. Yeah, the whole world gotta learn to juggle. Take it, Brother Fyodor! You gotta eat a burger, cook your own.
Love the beef.
If you gotta drive to work, take a pal. It's cheap. Go out and plant a forest instead of using it up. If you gotta drink some coffee, drink it from a user-friendly cup. It's time for us to gather in these coming days of struggle. Time to hold each other tight, time to work, unite, and snuggle. Yeah, the whole world gonna learn. Tell the president.
Tell the CEO.
Tell your minister.
Or head honcho.
The whole juggle.
Thank you.